My name is Dana Lee Schroeder Dittmar. My mother was from Huntington, West Virginia. My father was from a little town called Caldwell, Kansas. My mother had two daughters from a prior marriage. When she married my father, I was their only child. I was conceived on the honeymoon in Cuba, so I'm actually a Cuban refugee. I kind of make myself that way. But, I was raised by myself, but I do have two older half-sisters. We weren't all that close, but I technically had siblings. I grew up in a little rural town in North Carolina called Cary, North Carolina, that wasn't too dissimilar from the fictional Mayberry you saw on the Andy Griffith show. In fact, it wasn't that far from the town that show was based on. I was raised by my parents until I was in high school. I was raised by my parents until I was in high school. It was not a happy marriage. My parents divorced. My father was not a really nice person. So I was very, very close to my mom. Too close to my mom. We were very protective of each other. My mother was way over involved in my life, probably because the second of the two daughters she had from her first marriage was killed in a car accident when she was 21. And my mother never really got over that, so she was incredibly involved in every aspect of my life. After high school, I went off to college and got a degree in communication from NC State University. Later on, much later, when I was 40, I got a master's degree in comparative religion from University of North Carolina in Greensboro. I worked a lot of jobs in marketing. Marketing was my passion in life and my calling, but I was always struggling. I never really had good marketing jobs. I was always somebody's assistant, or I was a projects coordinator, or I was something that I'd make just enough money to get by, but never enough to really do anything. So that's why I went back to school and got a master's degree. And then my life changed. Then I got into management and the job choices really came back. I was very influenced by my mother my entire life, more so than I probably should have been. A lot of times in my life I made decisions based on the fact that she was going to be disappointed if I didn't do something rather than what I really wanted to do. But rightly or wrongly, I listened to my mom, and I'm sure that influenced not only the career path I took, but who I married and where I lived, a lot of things that I did. I got married when I was 33. I was diagnosed with breast cancer within a year of getting married, so there was no opportunity for kids. Not that I would have had any anyway, because I don't particularly care for them. So I don't really have a big close family. It's just, right now, it's just me and my husband. But I'm one of those people that believes that your friends can be family, and relatives are the people that you don't necessarily need to have in your life. My greatest achievement in life is probably what I'm doing right now, which is running the Chamber of Commerce in Sun City Center, Florida. It was pretty run down when I got there 6 years ago, and with the help of some great staff members and volunteers and some board members and all the membership, we've managed to really turn it around and make it something that the town is proud of instead of something that the town wished it didn't have. My greatest regret probably was that I didn't become the entertainer that I always wanted to be, whether it was acting or singing or dancing or doing stand-up comedy, or I wanted to be an entertainer. And a lot of people still say I'm very amusing, but I'm not sure they're saying that in the right way, so who knows. If I had advice to give to future generations, it would be learn how to do life lessons. They don't teach this in school anymore. There are no home ec classes anymore. There's no shop classes anymore. They don't teach you how to balance a checkbook. They don't teach you how to change a tire. They don't teach you how to iron clothes or sew clothes or cook or do any of the things that you basically have to do to exist in life. And unfortunately, I see a whole lot of millennials growing up that don't know how to do anything. They don't even write in cursive anymore because they don't even teach that in school. Second bit of advice I would give you is quit judging other people. You don't like to be judged, and they don't like it when you judge them. And who are you to judge them anyway? The third piece of advice I would give people is be the best that you can be at whatever it is you decide to do. Doesn't matter what you decide to do. I don't care if you decide to be an exotic dancer or you decide to be president of the United States. Just be good at whatever you do. I had it when I was sitting over there. One of my favorite quotes was, people don't remember what you said. They don't remember what you did, but they remember how you made them feel. Maya Angelou said that. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have all of the options that are available now, so we didn't know to want for anything that we didn't have. If you had a Barbie doll or some toy trucks, a Matchbox set of cars, and some toys under the tree on Christmas, you were a happy kid. You know, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have gamer player stations, we didn't have fancy sneakers. You know, you had a pair of Converse or a pair of Keds, and that was probably $10 was the most expensive pair of shoes you had. And we just didn't have things that everybody now seems to want. So it wasn't a matter of keeping up with the house next door, because chances are you were borrowing their toys, they were borrowing your toys, you're all playing together. I remember one year my mom got me a screwdriver, and I was just happier than a kid in pig and slop, because I could go now and take all the doorknobs off every door in the house, and I unscrewed the legs off the tables, and I mean, I played forever. I destroyed everything in the house, but I was happy with the screwdriver. Do I consider myself a role model? I don't know. I've been told I am by several people who told me that I was their role model. If so, I'm happy that I had a positive influence on them. If not, then I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with just me the way I am. Childhood dreams I implemented. Yeah, I had a fairly successful singing career. I didn't get a Grammy, but then that's okay, I don't care. But I entertained some people that way. And I'm working on a book, and I did get to do a lot of traveling around the world. So yeah, those were some childhood dreams. Other than that, I really didn't inspire me much, which I guess isn't all that good. Everybody should read a book. I can't remember who wrote it, but it's called My Name is Ishmael. A very, very inspirational book for me. If you're going to watch a movie, make it anything by Mel Brooks. I spend my free time with my friends. My friends are my life glue. And whether I'm sitting down at our clubhouse and we're having drinks, we're doing karaoke, or I have them over to my house, and we completely remodeled my house. It is definitely an entertaining house with a huge open, great room, kitchens right there where my dining room table is actually the bar around my cook stove, so I can sit there and cook for everybody and serve them right from the cook stove. And I love cooking for my friends and entertaining for my friends, and singing and hanging out and going boating with my friends. Anything that I can do that involves the water, the beach, the pool, or cooking and hanging out with my friends, that's what I do. The best advice I was ever given was by my mother, of course, which was, you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. Use them proportionately. I have never followed that advice probably a single time in my life, but it was the best advice I'd ever been given. My biggest role model is probably the young woman from the Middle East who was trying to get an education and was shot in the head, and not only survived that, but is quite the international advocate for giving women the right to have an education. That young lady is amazing. And she never ceases to impress me every time I hear her speak or go out in public, because at any time somebody else could do it to her again. And she's just fearless, and she's amazing. What should everybody try? Just one thing that's outside of your comfort zone. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything from going skinny dipping to skydiving to eating something you've never tried before because it sounds icky. It doesn't matter. Just do something that's out of your comfort zone so you stretch yourself a little bit. My guiding principle is connect with a higher power and keep that connection with that higher power. And it doesn't matter who that higher power is or what it's called. Whatever your higher power is, have that connection. Conversely, my other guiding principle is live every day so that when your feet hit the floor, the devil goes, oh crap, she's up. So, whichever one you want to take from that. What do I love most in life? I don't think there's very many people who can say they love their job, but I love my job. I love being a part of this community. I love being a part of the process that, whether it's helping us to get funding to improve the county roads, whether it's working with our nonprofits and our charity organizations, whether it's just interacting with our chamber members and doing fun outings like golf tournaments and fishing tournaments and barbecue cook-offs and you name it. Running the Chamber of Commerce is like a dream come true. It's the best job anybody could ever have. And I get to go to work on a golf cart. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. You never asked any questions in this interview process about spirituality, but I think everybody needs to realize that they are a part of something bigger than just themselves. Lose the ego and realize that you are one of billions of people and we are one planet in a universe of billions and billions and billions of stars and planets and things. So when you realize that you are but a grain of sand, it kind of puts things in perspective. I kind of believe in life after death. I don't believe there's pearly gates with the St. Peter and you're going to go in and the big guy's going to be on the throne looking down at you and you know, the streets are paved with gold. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in a hell with a devil down there and a pitchfork and eternal fire and brimstone. But I believe the soul goes somewhere. I just don't know. But it's got to be a pretty awesome place because nobody has ever come back to tell us, hey, don't die because it's not worth it on the other side. Nobody's ever done that. So, what did I learn in life that was valuable? Ooh, and what was not? One of the most valuable lessons I have ever learned, that's a toughie. I've had to learn a lot of them the hard way. And I'm not sure there's any of them that were more valuable than any other. But treasure the people in your life that are good to you. Let them know how much you treasure them and how much you love them and appreciate them. Have an attitude of gratitude every day. And get rid of toxic people because they're just not worth it. What supports me in my life is my friends. My friends, they're just phenomenal. And when I'm having days when things are just absolutely horrendous, they're always there. They're always there. A special group of them called the Aqua Viva Divas, and that is the ladies that help me the most in my life. And the best period of my life is right now. I'd love to say it was when I was in high school and I was in my high school band and we were internationally known and we traveled all over the world and I was in the Rose Bowl parade and I went to Switzerland and you know we were all over and it was wonderful, but God, high school it's a really rough time. No, now is the best time in my life. I finally think I'm almost 60 and I think I've finally figured out some things that everybody else learned when they were in their 20s and 30s and it took me 2 decades longer than everybody else. But I think I'm finally caught up now, and it's a good place to be. I love my job, I love the community I live in, I love all my friends, and can't ask for anything better than that. So, this is in the South Shore Regional Library, just outside of Sun City Center, Florida. Thank you for listening. Bye.